Now let's explore forms so we can capture customer data. With forms, you can create sign-up pages, collect contact details, gather customer information like service preferences, and even trigger automations. Anytime someone fills out a form, their information is automatically stored and tracked and ready for follow-up. Before we go into forms, let's create a privacy policy and terms of use page for our website so we can connect it to our forms. It's important to have policies on your website and forms or anywhere you collect user information to avoid lawsuits. This is required by law, and we need policies in place to make our website visitors aware of what you do with their data for regulatory compliance. So we'll just copy our FAQ page by hitting the three dots at the right top corner and select clone. And we're going to add it to this website. So we'll just select this button where it says clone page in this website. And then we'll hit the three dots at the top right of this page and go to settings, and we'll change the name to privacy policy. And then we'll change the path to privacy. It's important to remember the paths you've created for your pages. These are appended to the end of your domain. So for example, if I have noodlecutsfitness.com, it would be /privacy at the end. And we need to retain these URLs so that we can put them on our forms or anywhere where we are collecting information. So if you have a Facebook lead gen ad, you'll also add it to that form. So make sure you keep track of those. Now hit update page. And then we'll select the edit button. And we'll change the hero title to privacy policy, and we'll delete anything else that we do not need from here. We'll just need a text box or a paragraph box to put our privacy policy information in, so we can delete everything else. We don't really need testimonials. So once you have your privacy policy completed, you can paste it right into here, and then you'll hit publish. I will just go back for now, but now we'll have our privacy policy page. We've written down the URL for it. So let's get into our forms. So while you're still in Sites, you go up to Forms at the top, hit the drop down for Builder. And as you can see, there's already a form in here, and we're going to create a form for a new one. So you select Add Form, and you can either select from one of the templates, but for now we'll start from scratch and we'll hit Create. So at the top, we'll add a title here, and we're going to make this called Free Workout Session. And as you can see, first name, last name, phone, email, and the opt-in information and a submit button are here. Like I mentioned before, privacy policy and terms of use are at the bottom of the form. The star is indicative of whether or not this is required for users to submit while they are filling out the form. So if you want to have a first name and you want this required, make sure you select it and hit require. And also ensure that you do this for the opt-in boxes as well. If there's a question that you want to ask that isn't on the quick add side here, you can go into the custom fields and hit this plus sign with the add. And for example, I want to ask users that are filling out this form what their fitness goals are. So it won't be a single line. They might have multiple options, such as if they want to lose weight or they want to build muscle. So I'll select checkbox and then next. And the name here is what you will enter as your question. So what are your fitness goals? Object, we'll leave it on contact. And then for group, we'll select additional information. And in our next video where we go over contact in the CRM, we'll go in depth into what these mean, but it's just in short, contact is a user's general information, such as their first name, last name, phone, email. General info is more relative to their business, such as a business name, business address, and phone. And additional info is anything else that you may want to put on a contacts card. So a pro tip for when you're creating forms would be if you have custom fields created, just have it as additional info. So I'll select that here, and then I'll put in my options here, which will be weight loss, build muscle, or other. And with the additional preferences, we don't need to do anything here, but just for reference, as you can see, it says contact, and then what are your fitness goals? We'll hit save. And then if we do the drop down here where it says additional info, remember we're in the custom fields, you'll see what are your fitness goals? And so I'll just drag this over here and my question's now here. Make sure you select it. And if you want it required, make sure you hit required. And this will also be available for any forms that you're creating in the future, or if you're creating anything else for that matter. If you select custom fields, you're able to drag this in. So now we will go over to the left side. And as you can see right here, there's the style options. And so if I want to change the layout, I could select 2 columns, a single line. I'll keep it at a single column. You can also go from box to line, which looks pretty clean. And you can also change the background. So if I want to change the background to a light red, I can move that over here. But just keep in mind that you might need to change the background. For example, right here on the bottom, you'll need to select this because you can still see there's a white box around it. So we'll take this hex code of our background we just created, select that text box, and then we'll go to the background here and we'll paste the hex code in so that it blends into the background. If you want to change the button color, select the button, and then go to colors and background. And I want to change my button to be black. So I'll just slide it down here. Okay, that looks great. Make sure you select the privacy policy, highlight it. And then you'll insert the link. So this would be noodlecutsfitness.com/privacy. And hit confirm. And do the same for your terms of service page as well. So I think this looks good. The only thing I might want to add is a title. So I'll scroll down on the left side and I'll select some text. I'll go in here and I'm going to change mine to free workout session. Like I said before, make sure you're changing the background of your other boxes to the background of your entire form. So there you go. And we look like we're done here, and you can just hit save. And if you want to change what happens after a user is done with your form, so once they hit submit, what's the action that they're taking? You could say, thank you for filling out this form, or you could send them to another page. You'll just put the URL that you would be sending them to. For now, I just want to thank them for completing this form, and I'll hit save. And then back. And we've created our free workout session form.